Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. I've taken my high heels off for this show. This is as tall as I am normally. I'm just a very, very short guy that wears very, very big heels. Now I'm sat down. You know I'm sat down? Because I'm going to get ready to colour. Because that's what we are here to do.
I was just thinking that. Hang on. Stop.
What?
Like, I never got a stool to sit down. I never know you got a stool.
You do you want a stool? I have this stool here all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, it's always here.
I never knew that.
Always see that. I sit down once on a Wednesday. No, it's not even Wednesday, Tuesday. Would you like a stool? Sit down.
That might be quite nice.
I'll go and get you one in a
You
second.
do your bit,
yeah.
And then when you come over to me, then throw to me, then we can. Yeah,
Jake might get you a stool. Jake! We'll get you a stool though. I find it's nice to sit down and colour.
It is nice to sitting down. I just never even thought to get a stool because I'm just used to standing up. But I would like that. I've got a bit of a bad back tonight.
Would you want a stool or a chair then?
No, a stool will be fine.
Anyway, welcome to the show.
There's Jake.
Oh, there's Jake. Please may you get Debbie a stool. She'd like to sit down and colour. Thank you. There you go. I don't even have to do it myself now. Marvellous. Anyway, welcome to Colour Me Happy. My name's Ben Moseby. Yes, I am sat down, and Debbie's going to be sat down as well because we're going to have a nice show where we're going to sit and colour. Now, we did this last week when Helen was here with the classics. This week we are looking at the kind of creme de la creme, I think, when it comes to alcohol markers, which are our illustrators. So those are our dual-ended alcohol markers with the Japanese brush nib and also that fine nib. So we're going to be looking at those over the course of this show. I know Debbie's got some demos. Do you know what? I'm going to be colouring the same thing that I coloured last week, actually, which is Eric the dinosaur. But this week, as I say, I'm going to be colouring with the illustrators. I'm going to enjoy this show because tri-blend, got that in my mind, no problem at all. Now, I've used the classics, again, very simple, especially those 6-packs where you get like the light, the medium and dark of each of the colours. So again, very, very easy to use. I'm up for a bit of a refresher on the illustrators, actually, because I know these are alcohol markers once again, but how do you get your shades with those? That's something that we're going to talk about and look into over the course of the show with Debbie. And any questions that you guys have got as well, feel free to fire those in as we're colouring along. We were going to chomp in this show as well because we've got a load of goodies. Thank you so much to Jen who sent the goodies in. I put up a couple of pictures on my socials so you can see the haul that we got. A few people were asking what our favourites from the candy and sweet haul and popcorn haul.
All of them.
I like the Lifesavers very much and the Nerds. I know Jake actually got one of the bags, microwaved that one, and then put some of the M&Ms in. Was very, very happy with that. What were your favourites, Debbie?
Definitely the little sugar ones. I can't remember what they're called.
Oh, the Starburst.
Sour. I don't. Yeah, they're sour, but they're just the right amount of sour. Because sometimes I eat a sour sweet and I literally think I'm going to die. Like. They are so sour and everyone thinks I'm dramatic, but I'm not dramatic. I really do think something's going to happen because they're so sour. They were the right side of sour, but I have to say I really like them and I haven't had sugar like that for a long time. So I'm a bit, woo!
So if we're bouncing a bit in this show, then you know the reason why. I also quite like the Fisher's popcorn. Do you know the Fisher's popcorn? One of those kind of tastes of things where, you know, when you try it and you're like, not quite sure whether I do like this or not, but then you just keep eating it. Do you know what I mean? It's like Twiglets over here. I don't know if I really like Twiglets, but if there are Twiglets at a party, I just eat them because there's just something about them that want to make you keep eating them. But anyway, we're very appreciative of all of the goodies, Jen. Thank you so much for sending those in. We'll have another chat with Debbie in just a second. I'll say a few hellos as we get into it. We've got Jan on the socials for this one. Hello, Jan. Hello also to Trudy Bickham, who is with us saying hi, everyone. Terry H says, hello, friends from Iowa. Samantha Cheney says, hello. Hello. Jen Shank, the Candy Queen, is in as well. Clista Walter says hello. Hello. Jane Adams, good morning everyone from a fabulous Las Vegas. And Faye Smith says hello from Virginia. Hello. Hillary and Holly Collie. Hello everyone from Hillary and Holly Collie. Apologies again earlier for waking up Holly. Is she wide awake now or should I be quiet? Are you trying to get her back to sleep? What time is it? 5:05. I'd imagine it's probably dinner time because
Holly!
I mean, who would do that? It's Molly Collie's dinner time in our household, just gone 5. So she'll be having her dinner right now. Rosalind says, hello everyone, back for some more crafty fun. Hopefully I'll be finishing colouring another house by the end of the show. And Jean Marie says, hello from New York, let's colour. We will get into some demos, but as I said, I want this show to be a bit of a colour along. So we do craft alongs. Get set and sit down, get your pens out, whether it is the Illustrators or not, and get colouring. And listen, send us pictures of you colouring, and send us pictures of anything that you've coloured recently so that we can show them over the course of this show. Just before we get into the, we're going to show the Illustrators, but just before we get into them, Debbie, for anyone who is new to us, you know, let's go right back to basics here and just quickly talk about these, because we have so many pens. And as I say, last week we were featuring the Classiques, which are dual-ended alcohol pens with a chisel nib and a fine nib. What's different about these Illustrators? Right,
yes, and it is good to start right from the beginning, because Illustrators are our top-end alcohol markers.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it. They are our best pens. Now, not because, as you would expect, maybe the ink or how they colour, it's purely because of the nibs. The nibs are what makes them very different. The Japanese brush nib in the Illustrator is the most amazing nib to colour with. And it's one of those, if you haven't tried them before, it's a really good way to try them and to sit and colour, because that brush nib is incredible. On the opposite side, and both are different nibs to what you get in the Classiques. So this one's a really small nib. So these were originally, Ben, made for like colleges, universities.
Oh yeah.
Because we didn't intend for the Illustrator to be for the craft market.
Oh,
so I remember going to a trade show many years ago, and that's exactly what they were bought for. And then we had craft companies were saying, why can't crafters have these pens?
Really?
Are they affordable to crafters? So we decided we'd try them, because they were never intended to go on TV. They were never intended to be for crafters, because they are that good that we wanted to put them alongside your high-end sort of, there's lots of other markers out there, so they're right up there with the high end. And I remember being at this trade fair and people colouring with them and actually saying they were as good as some of the high-end brands that they'd used, and they were really shocked by it, because obviously the price doesn't reflect that.
No.
So and it's all to do with that brush nib, it's all to do with that flow. It's just an amazing pen to have, amazing pen to hold as well. We make them very ergonomic to hold in the hand. It also means if you're colouring on a lap tray and you've got them slightly an angle, they're not going to roll because they've got those flat edges. They're absolutely gorgeous pens to use. Now, they do work the same as a Classique, but they come in different colour families. Now, we've got two at the moment, which you'll see which ones they are. So you've got coastals as well. So these are from there, and these are some of our blues. Now, these the colours are not, so if I just bring in this tray here, when you get your colours, you'll get a couple from each family in there. So you'll get your two greens, you'll get your two yellows. You can see here we've got our two sort of peachy colours and a pink. Well, our pink's been separated there. You've got two lilacs, we've got two blues. So they tend to, instead of doing the 3-colour blend, they do come in these sort of families. But when you start getting other packs, you'll start finding that there's blues in other packs that you can start bringing in. But the whole idea behind the Illustrator was that the Classiques was to teach you how to alcohol colour in. Once you've got the hang of that, then you can start mixing your colours and be more confident in them. But that brush nib is absolutely amazing. And what I would also say is, if you are someone that loves to do hair shades, skin tones, the brush nib on them are really good for like animal effect hair, for natural hair, to get that light and shade in them. So they're absolutely incredible to use.
We'll just take you through the ones that you've got. So Debbie was just referring to your coastal seascapes here. So, and the price on these again is brilliant actually tonight. So £31.99 if you are a platinum member. I think again, if you're in the US, just click on these. It will say coming soon, so you can get notified when these are on the system. But if I flip that around as well, so you can see what Debbie was talking about. If you come in, so you've got your super fine and brush nibs here, so you've got your dual nibs if you like, but then all of these different colours. So you can see, for example, with your greens there, you've got your sea spray and then your jade green. So your JG2 and your JG4. So you've got a lighter and a darker shade of those two. Aqua blue, so that's your ABs 2 and 3, so lighter and darker. Then you've got your denim and ultramarine, so TB3, TB6. Then you've got your sandstone and maple, so again light and dark. got your soft brown and chestnut and your MBs, and then those ice greys are very useful as well, aren't
They're
they?
so useful. Honestly, you will use them for loads of things, not just for those colours, but to do undershading, to do edges, just mix them. They're just, yeah, incredible ones to use. And that grey you'll be using loads because the darker colour is quite a dark colour. So when you don't want something completely black, the dark grey is really good to go for.
And from a point of view of, you know, if you were blending, so like you say with these, so if you wanted to do like, I don't know, I've got the dinosaur here, so if I wanted to colour in blue,
yeah,
and I wanted to still do my my blending, so I could use the Aqua Blue AB2, Caribbean AB3, and a 2-colour blend would be fine. I wouldn't need to search for a third colour, although I would find one in another pack potentially.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, exactly that. That. You wouldn't have to, but you've got that if you need to. And the other thing to think about as well with alcohol colouring is if you lay one layer of the colour down, you get a lighter colour as if you put 2 or 3 or 4 layers down.
Yeah.
So you can get that shading with just one colour blend as well, just by adding extra layers to the sort of areas where you want to make them a bit darker.
Please ask the questions, because as I say, I know Debbie's got lots lined up. I intend to sort of do a bit of colouring, have a play with the illustrators again. We've got various packs of the illustrators available depending on where you are, I think. So the Coastal Seascape is available. And that one, just to show you, the figure and portrait as well. So this one, as the name would suggest, obviously quite a good one to do, because you've got a lot of your skin tones in this one, haven't you, Debbie?
It's such a good one, this one, because it's not only good for skin, it's really good for hair as well. So you've got lots of lovely colours in here, but yeah, definitely your skin tones, as you can see there. So whatever your skin tone, we've got the colour for you there.
So again, you can see you've got these different mixtures of colours available. So we've got the Coastal Seascape, Figure and Portrait. The rest of the packs that we've got will say coming soon. But again, you know, let this be a good opportunity whilst we're sort of sat and colouring for you to get those questions in. Colour along with us as well. Send in your pictures. Let's make it nice and interactive. But ask those questions. No doubt I'll be asking more over the course of the show. Few quick hellos. We can say hi to Teresa, who's with us. Mallory's in. Hilary says Holly is playing with Big Pig, so she is wide awake. Karen says good afternoon from a drizzling Hampton Roads in Virginia. Stephanie Fearlos joins us as well. And Pat Demarest says I was under the wrong Facebook page. I was wondering why I saw no one's comments. And Karen Cronin says hello also. And I think Trudy, we've probably covered off your question. I think Debbie was just kind of talking through, maybe you asked that while she was talking, the difference between the illustrators and the classics. It's all about the nibs again, isn't it, Debbie, with those?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the nibs are incredible. I mean, if you're someone that's an illustrator and loves drawing, that small nib is amazing because it is a really small nib and you can either really colour into small areas or illustrate whatever you're drawing as well. So it's absolutely amazing. I just love them for the nibs. I love them for how the flow of colour goes in them. And I always say it, they're just the pen I want to put in your hand and say, try this pen, because you will love colouring with them.
So we're going to get into it over the course of the show as well. We will be talking Craftaganza, and I've just seen a message from somebody asking about why we keep talking about coming soon and notify me. G-Marie, I've just seen your message pop up. We will be tackling that over the course of this show as well, because earlier on we caught up with our MD, Diane Sharp, and she was taking questions and answering those questions. So if you are someone who's a little bit confused as to what's going on the US website, we'll replay that video over the course of this show, so you will be brought up to speed. What are you going to be doing for us then, Debbie?
So first of all, I thought I would just show you how you use them and how you can colour with them. So I've got a shape here. Now this was just a stamp that I had in my stash from a long time ago because I wanted to find something that was sort of rounded. So and I wanted to show you how you can get that shape when you're using them to colour with. So from that Coastal collection, so even though it says Coastal collection, you've got lots of colours in here that are going to just go for anything. So the choice is absolutely yours. So I want to show you those darker blues because they show up more than anything else. Not because I think that this lantern should be blue. I just feel like it will show up a lot more if we do it in the darker colours. So I've got my TB3 and my TB6. So even though there's a big variation in that colour, because they're from the same colour family, I know that these are going to work really well. Now when you want to try and get get that light and shade, the first thing you want to look at with any object is how and where your light is coming from, your light source. So if I was having my light source coming from this direction, the lighter colour would be mostly on this side, and then you could bring in this side. If it's coming from the opposite side, then the opposite way. If it's coming straight down the middle, which normally is where your lights would sort of bounce from if you're looking at it, you know you want to do that lighter colour in the middle. So I'm going to start with just applying that light colour right through that middle section.
Okay.
And I'm just putting a really thin layer down just to get that variation of colour, because not only do I get that nice light colour, I then get a little bit of sort of just streak in there because I put a very light layer down. Then I'm going to come in with my darkest colour, and what we're going to do here is we're going to start to just flick in from the side. Now this does take a little bit of practice. Because I'm hardly touching the cardstock at all. Right. But what I'm trying to do is to keep that shape and to make sure that we have that, that cylindrical shape. So I want it to look like it's rounded. And the way we can get in depth with that is to do that flicking motion. So you can see straight away it's looking like that circular. And then we're going to come in from the opposite side and do exactly the same. So it's just a case of flicking in, and practice this. Just even if you just, do you know we had the stamps, Ben, with the
Academy
shapes?
Colour.
Yeah, like the circles, yeah. Just stamp yourself a circle and practice this, because it's one of those techniques. Once you get it, you can see how good it looks. It's really an amazing technique just to be able to use. And all I'm doing is using the very tip of that pen. Now, once you've done that, even though that's starting to look good, I want that blended a little bit more. So we're going to come back in and we're just going to go on that inside there to blend those colours together. I'm going to go back again, and then we're going to do exactly the same. But can you see now how that is blending and the variation that's coming into that? Now, I always like to colour twice. I think it gives a good effect. It makes it blend so much better. So, and it really is one of those colouring mediums where you have to trust the process. And it's just a case of just using those flicks, coming round. I'm using that to make it a bit darker there.
So you just do, when you're colouring these in, do you tend to just use 1 or 2 pens? You wouldn't necessarily, would you ever use 3 personally or not?
Yeah, I think you can absolutely use 3. Yeah. I like a 2-colour blend. I think it's just because we can do a 3-colour blend, and in natural colouring, and I mean colouring in clothing, lights, your skin tones, you would normally have about 3 different tones, which is why it's quite, not famous, but it's quite a known thing to have a 3-pen blend, because your clothing, your skin colours, it's like when you have, let's say you have a top on and it's got creases in it, you'll go from really dark to a medium to lighter colours, because that creasing is going to make that darker colour. Shadowing is what we're wanting to do. So I think by being able to just use your pens and blend them in to get that same colour, but I think you can still get it with 2, oh, is that my darkest colour? Yep, using a dark one there. I think you can absolutely use it by just doing that 2-colour blend. So I'm not going to do no more on there, but you can see, can you see it really looks like, it's almost like it's spinning, isn't it? So we can really see that effect that that's having on there. So that's a really cool way of being able to do that. Now, if you bring, I've got another image here, just completely different image. If you wanted to do something else, so let's just say I want now my light source to come from this top part. You're going to start using pens, and I'm continuing with that coastal collection. We've got really lighter colours here, but I'm going to bring in different colours. So I do have a GB1, a 3, and I'm actually going to bring in a soft brown, which is an MB2. Now, it's really good to give yourself a colour swatch. So always put to the side what you think these colour, or how these colours are going to be, because not always are they going to show their true colours of how they are on the lid themselves. They're quite similar, so if I pop that to there you can see, but you're never, because this is plastic, you're never going to get that same variation. And then you've got your lightest colour here. So, because I know that's my lightest colour, that's the colour we're going to pop on this side. Now, there's two different ways of colouring something like this, because if you wanted to do each piece of the umbrella in that tone, I would do your 3-colour blend by doing your lightest colour around the outside and get darker on the centre. But because I want my light source to come in from this way, I'm actually going to do quite a bit of my colouring in this colour. So we're just going to colour over to there.
And notice as well, I'm going to start colouring just a bit. I'm just picking up hints and tips before I do. It's always handy, isn't it, to have that bit of card stuck underneath whatever you're colouring when it comes to alcohol markers,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, just with alcohol colouring, and that is because you don't want it bleeding.
No.
And also, well, actually, you don't mind it bleeding. You just don't want it to bounce back into your thing. So yeah, it's really, for me, it's really important to have that card underneath.
A few quick highs. Karen's in, Al's in, and Karen Bernhardt says the illustrators are the best, hands down. And this is great. Maybe I'll learn to like the nibs on the Illustrator pen, says Stephanie.
Oh, I can't believe someone doesn't. I just adore them. I absolutely adore them. I don't think they're, well, yeah, I want to say, I don't even think there's better pens.
I've coloured with them a few times. As I said, the first show I did actually was with Craig back along with the illustrators.
Yeah.
And, it does take a little bit of time to sort of get used to how light they are. If you
absolutely.
I don't know if that's the best way to describe
it,
but once you do, I think you can create some really cool effects with them.
Yeah, you definitely can. So I'm just blending this a little bit more on this side because obviously we've gone into a bit of a brown there, but although I quite like it, I want that to be a bit more seamless. So you can see now it's starting to be seamless. So we've got now all our light source coming from one end, going over to the other, and then we can then use our darkest one. So that would be our MB. Underneath, because everything under here now will be a bit more darker. So it's just following where that light source goes and following it through. So we're just going to pop that there, and I am going to leave a little bit of light on the edge.
If just heard some pictures are coming through, so send those if you're colouring tonight. I think I'm going to stamp out a bunch of things for Christmas, says Carol, and colour them tonight. Thank you, Debbie.
Nice.
I love the Illustrator, says Mary Beth Doyle. And my very first alcohol markers I bought years ago, says Barbara, had Black Barrel and only has Spectrum Noir printed on them. So those are probably the classiques, are they?
Yes.
That years ago.
Yep.
Al says, Ben, it's your Al, question, when colouring, does Debbie have a set process or does it depend on how she felt at the time?
No, there is a set process, isn't there? So, and so the other thing to remember is some people, I'm not going to colour any more of that image, it's just showing you about light source and where that comes. So some people colour from dark to light.
Yeah.
So for me, your lightest colour of alcohol marker is it's got the most alcohol in it. So it's the one that's going to blend all your other colours. So by putting your light colour down first, you're already helping your next colour to start to mix together and blend together because it's got the most alcohol in it. So it's going to blend much effortlessly into that. So I would always start with light, then medium, then dark, and then back into medium and into light again. So yeah, that's how I do it. So I do have a set process. That's how I would colour.
And a good question from Mallory says, what ink do you use to stamp the image? So if we're using these, what ink to stamp?
Oh yeah, really good. So we're going to show you next. So we are going to stamp some of the, we're going to do the little dragon. I think Ben's going to do Milo and I'm going to do Daisy. But you do need an alcohol-proof ink. I think these are coming back in stock. We just haven't got any at the moment, but I have been told they are coming back in stock. But this, you can see it says what it is on there. It's alcohol-proof dye. So you want something that is non-smear with alcohol pens. So if you're desperate for one, then just research or go onto the web and just find out smear-proof with alcohol pens ink, and you'll find some inks on there, but we will be getting some in soon. But I love the fact that we just write that on the tin, so it says what it is. Alcohol proof, so that's the one you use. If it's water based, anything you use in water based, you would use waterproof ink to stamp out anything. But what I would also say is I've used alcohol markers with quick drying ink pads. And as long as you're a little bit more careful, so you're not like really colouring over the lines, it actually works quite well. So I've never known it to smudge, so it does work quite well. So quick drying inks are really good. And the nicest thing with that, you get all different colours then as well that you can be stamping with.
Excellent stuff. Thank you to Jane for your nightly joke. I love this. Hey, Ben and Debbie, what do you get when you cross a Cocker Spaniel, a Poodle and a Rooster?
Oh, a cock-a-doodle-doo? A
cock-a-poodle-doo.
Yeah, I was close. Oh, Jane.
That is brilliant, Jane. Love that. Thank you very much indeed. What are we doing now? Colouring on, colouring
Yes,
on?
so let's colour in now, yes. So let's do some colouring along. So I'm going to stamp. Let me find the sassy little...
So, just to say, I'd say these all come back in stock. So I'm going to go green this time on my dinosaur.
Yeah.
So, and in the essential sketching, I've got chartreuse and salad, which are LG1 and LG4, so light and a dark. But then I've seen in the natural landscapes, I've got the LG3 meadow. So I could, if you've got a few of the packs, you can mix and match along,
yeah? Of course, yeah, and I would definitely do that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Use your pens to your advantage. So if there's pens that you like, absolutely do that. Now, I was going to colour in Daisy. I've already got that, but I'm actually going to take the girl because I want to show you skin tones as well because we've got the portrait. Is it this?
Portrait,
Portrait
and the coastal seascape.
No, what's it called?
Figure and portrait.
Figure and portrait. I couldn't think what the actual name was. So I thought I would show you how we can do hair and skin tone. So even though this is only a small stamp, you can still do those beautiful effects when it comes to colouring. So we're just going to stamp this one out. And I'm going to use our black, so this is Nor Black alcohol proof ink. Okay.
Well, I've just started colouring this again now, and I remember just how light as a feather this feels.
Yes.
In your hand. It's incredible.
They're so amazing pens, honestly. Yeah, whoever hasn't been using theirs because they can't get used to the nibs, honestly, please try. It does take a little bit of time, but you just need the lightest touch with them because they are so juicy and amazing. And what I think about the brush nibs is you can really get in the smallest parts.
Oh, yeah.
Than any other pen. So let's, I'm going to take that one off. You get stamps and dies with this one. So I'm using the Sass and Sparkle and Jamie's just asked me if you die cut and colour or colour and die cut. I always colour and die cut. I know lots of you are going, oh, Debbie, why are you doing that? I don't know why I do that. I don't do it to be clever because I just think I'm very careful when I come to die cutting it out.
Yeah.
I
think like as long as you tape it down, I think you're good to go, aren't you?
Yeah,
really?
It's not going to go anywhere if you tape it down. So yeah, I always like to colour it in. And the reason I do that, because a lot of people cut out once they stamp, then cut out, then colour. You've only got a small, once that's cut out, if I show you the actual die, you've only got, so if I cut this one out now, I'm then having to hold a really little die when I'm colouring in. So I think that's possibly why, because now I've got a whole piece of card that I can hold while I'm colouring that in. So again, pop that onto another piece of card. We're then just going to pop that onto there.
Yep.
And then bring in some of our pens. So I'm going to bring in, this is our
oh, these are immense, aren't they? Like, if you haven't got the Illustrators, my goodness, like, what even are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I think even if you have never tried them before, just treat yourself to one of the packs.
100%.
And I would say your figure and portrait is a really good place to start.
Yeah.
Both of the ones we've got in, actually, I think are really good colour selection. You've got pinks in here, you've got browns in here, you've got skin tones, and in your coastal, you've got all your blues and browns and beiges. So there's a really nice selection of colours. So let's start off with doing our skin tone before we do our hair.
Yeah.
Now, with the skin tone, you've got quite a few different ones. Now, in the skin tone, we've got an FS2, an FS1, an FS9. But the FS2, so let me show you these. These are a little bit pinky, but a lot of skin tones have a pinky tone. So we've got this pinky tone, Let's just colour some of these out. Which ones are you using? Are you just using, what colours?
No, so I've gone from the sketching, I've got the LG1 and LG4, which is the chartreuse and the salad, and then I found the LG3 meadow in the natural landscapes. There's actually the LG5 in there as well, and that's the other thing, isn't it? You talk about colour, like obviously you can just use one pen if you want, do a 2-pen blend, 3-pen blend, 4-pen blend.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
the possibilities. And also, this is the other thing I always think about, is if you are doing like a 3-pen blend, for example, it doesn't matter, you don't have to think, oh, I've got like 1, 3, 5. You could have 1, 2, 4, couldn't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Or like 3, 5, 7. It just doesn't really matter, does it?
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter at all. So what I'm doing here, I'm just laying my base colour down, which is FS9. So even though that seems like a high colour, it's actually more of a cream colour. It's called ivory.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use that with my silk, which is this isn't a skin colour, but it's actually a coral colour. But it's slightly sort of tan, so it's going to go well with this one. So all I'm going to do is, where I know that there will be some shadow, which will be under her glasses, in her ears because her hair is covering, under her chin, so on her neck, and then we're going to come under her hairline. So just like so. And so even though a small image, it's really nice to add that extra shading in there as well. And then all I'm going to do is go back in and just blend out the areas that touch that different colour, and that's just going to blend all that in together.
Do you find, obviously you're explaining it to us now in terms of how you do it, but when you're actually colouring it yourself, are you just doing it, you know, like how when you learn to drive, you think about everything that you do, but then over time you just do it automatically? Is that what you get to when you've been colouring like you have?
You absolutely do, yeah. I still wish that I had time to colour more and learn more, because I think there's still lots to learn with colouring. I think I could do much better with my blending than I do. But that's me being quite critical with myself. Yeah. Because I do know I can colour, but I see some of our design team colour things, and I'm like, wow, my jaw drops to the floor, like it's immense colouring. So I think there's always room for improvement. I'm very much a believer, I know they call us the craft experts, but I'm very much someone that's learning all the time. I feel like I'm learning from you. If you're not learning more and you're not prepared to say, I'm not the best at something, how can you improve? Yeah, exactly right. But I think even experts are always learning, aren't they? Oh, absolutely. There's always new things to And that's what I love here, Ben, because we get so many people that give us ideas. You know, I'll do something, they say, oh, Debbie, why don't you try this? Or we've tried that. And I'm like, oh, that is such a good idea. Yeah, I love that idea. And it's so very true as well. And we don't just say this, you know, and we pick up that inspiration, don't we? When people are sending in pictures and when we get tagged in things on the I'm a Crafter's Companion page. You know, how many times have we done shows where, you know, you guys have messaged in and gone, oh, I do this, or why don't you try that? And then we're like, oh my goodness, like we never even thought of that. So. I know, absolutely. Right, now in here we're going to go a bit dark because we do have the ebonies in here. So the earth browns really. So we've got an EB5 and an EB7 which are quite dark. So I want to tone that down a little bit. We're going to bring in the tan colour, which is our TN6. And again, I always do that little swatch so you can see exactly what your colours are, and that way you know whether you think they're going to blend well together. See, because that colour, look at that, really rich, beautiful colour. So that's my highest colour, and then the 5 is the mid colour, which is just slightly lighter. So we're going to start with this lightest colour. So, and I'm going to just start on one area of our girl here. So let's do the top of her head. So all I want to do is to put some colour through that mid section, just like that. And I'm not going, as you can see, right to the end, because if I use too much alcohol, because it's a small image, that could easily bleed into her skin line. So then we're going to take our next one, which is our coffee bean, this one's called. I like the names of these. Coffee bean. And then I'm just going to flick just small amounts through her hair. And I'm still not going completely to the edge. So just doing that. And then I'm going to come from the bottom here and flick up through there as well. But I still want to leave that beautiful auburn colour running through her hair. So you can see that we've not lost that auburn colour in the centre. And then we're going to come in with our darkest colour, and we're going to then fill wherever we've not gone to. So we can actually
if you are getting these for the first time as well, is it best to start off with, like you were saying earlier on, like a shape, or is it best to just stamp out something like this and just have a bit of a play and try different things out?
Yeah, I mean either or, because I think having a play is brilliant. I think that's probably the better thing to do.
Yeah.
Because when you play with your pens, you get used to them.
Yeah.
And then I would start using them to create different shapes and your light source and anything like that. Yeah. So the choice is yours, but I would definitely say have a play. Just stamp an image that you like, have a play and see what you get out of that.
And just have fun with it. Enjoy the process is what I always say. Like, don't panic too much, because it's not a competition. And at the end of the day, you know, if you've done something you don't like it that much, it's a bit of card, isn't it, really?
Absolutely.
But
you've not lost anything. You've lost a piece of card. The amount of times where I've literally done something and started again.
Yeah.
Because I've not liked it. You don't always like everything you do, but you're learning along the way, and I think that's what's really important. Is
I like your tip as well. I'm sure it's your tip, and you always say, you know, if you've done something and you've been sat in front of it and you don't think you like it, go away and have a cup of tea.
Yes,
and come back.
Absolutely, yeah. I always say that, yeah, because also alcohol markers are they evaporate, so they start to work. They're still working even when you come away from it. So it's a really nice idea just to leave it, let it settle, and then you will you'll be able to come back, because you can rework it. But if you do it when you're not letting the inks evaporate, then you're not going to get good results.
Yeah, it's all good tips. Any more questions? Do feel free to fire those through. We've got Mary Gearhart Jenkins says, good morning, beautiful morning in Colorado. Fall colours are popping. Cheryl Vashuran says, good morning, crafty friends. Last night was amazing as Alaska had some great aurora borealis.
Oh.
And Jeffrey Langley says, evening to Ben and Debbie and the extraordinary crew.
Hello.
Feel free to send in any more pictures as well. I know I haven't looked yet, but I've got a picture of a cat apparently that I've got to show you in just a minute. From Jen Shank.
Jen, we got all the treats and the cat gets you. Right, so that's our 7. Let's go back in with our 5. So you can see now we've still kept that sort of ombre in the middle of her hair there, and then we're going to come in and do exactly the same on this side. So we've got that nice tan colour, and we're just going to flick into there. And I'm using really small flicks.
Yeah.
So I'm not going right to the end again, because I want to use that with my darker pen. And I always because my thing is, Ben, I always flick away from me. I can't flick the opposite way.
Okay. Is there any reason why, or is it just how you...
I think that's where I get my lightest touch.
Oh, okay.
So, because I literally am just tickling the top of the card. And yeah, I just feel like that's what works for me. I don't think I probably could flick the other way. Yeah, see, I'm missing. I'm too frightened to go in, because as I'm doing that, I'm missing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think I'm going to go too heavy-handed if I do it the opposite way. So, yeah. As
funny, isn't it, what we get used to?
It is really funny, yes, absolutely.
The way we do things.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know how you colour. Like, do you do the flicking technique? Have you mastered it? Is it something you're finding difficult?
Yeah.
You know, we all have our things that we like. And actually, Ben, it really is about practice.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think the more you do, then yeah, definitely, the more confident you get with it. And I think the more you begin to enjoy it as well.
Yes, definitely.
Like I said last week, and I always say, so until I came here, I'd never done any crafting at all. And it took me like a good few months, possibly a year, to like even be brave enough to try some crafting on air with the guys, you know, following their lead, and very quickly I got my confidence there. But
I know, look at you now, Moseby mate.
Well, that's the thing, and the thing with colouring, that again I was super worried about, because I didn't really sort of understand it at first, but then I sort of throw myself into these shows now, and I literally, with the attitude of, I really enjoy it. I now kind of understand the blending process. I'm not the best in the world, but do you know what? I don't worry about that.
No, not
I know
at
what
all.
I'm doing. I enjoy doing it, and I feel like, and you've just said it, every time I have a go, I'm just getting better and I'm learning. And that's the whole process, isn't it? You enjoy and you learn as you go along. And I always say this about the Academy of Colour, we used to have that, keep what you colour. Even if you've done something, you look at it and go, oh, I really hate that, that's rubbish. Keep it. Because then weeks down the line, you can then come back and compare and contrast and see how far you've come, I think. Yeah, absolutely. How are you doing over there anyway? Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm just sort of colouring in my little dino, little Eric there, look. Oh my goodness, Ben, that looks incredible. Yeah. I love that. That is very good. This is what I was saying though, it's incredible, like when you do sort of take the time with it, how long something as small as that can take to colour in. Yes, absolutely, yeah. Well, we'll come back to that, I think, definitely, and we'll finish that image. We certainly will. A few quick comments as well. Thank you to Karen, who says, evening to Ben and Debbie and all. Live colouring with these pens. It's my downtime to just have time to myself. I usually find some time in the morning before everyone gets up. I know we're going to show you Aviti for those of you who wanted to know about what's going on in the US. We're going to show that, but very quickly, because otherwise I'll forget about this. Oh, picture book question first. Stephanie says, Debbie, so do you hold or grip your Illustrators lighter than you hold your Classiques? Yeah, lighter. Lighter. Absolutely lighter, yeah. Doreen says, I think it's more of a waste not to use the products we buy than use it and make mistakes. I agree. Oh, I love that. And in the end, throw away may be, but then we have learned something and we are creative. Keep everything. Karen says, I purchased the AOC and Leanne taught the flicking method there. And just quickly, before we show this, VT, I must just show you this picture. Is there any spiel with this? Okay. I'm trying to colour, but someone is yelling at me because I'm not paying attention. This is from Jen. And Buttons wants afternoon cuddles. Ah, she won. Instead of colouring, I'm now holding her and watching. There's Buttons. Oh, I love that. That is such a great picture, isn't it? It's brilliant. Give me attention and give me attention. And look how organised your craft room is. I think that's what Buttons is saying. Like, the organisation here is incredible. That's such a cute picture. I love these names, Buttons. Really cute. We are going to have a short break. I'll put you colouring down for a bit. So a few of you are asking in the States about everything which is going on. Obviously, there's a few things, and we keep saying to you, things are being loaded, and hit the notify me button. So earlier on a wake-up call this morning, Diane Sharp, who is our managing director, she came in to address some of those questions. For those of you who are wondering what's going on, here is a video which should hopefully answer all those questions. Now, it's lovely that you've come in because, we always say that we are, very honest with our viewers, always try and be as transparent as possible. I know there's been a few questions recently, particularly from our US viewers, about various things which are going on. So we thought we'd have a little bit of a quick chat around things. So I know a few of our US customers concerned, why is there no stock available to purchase on the US site? Because that's something we've been talking about. And when will the items be available to purchase? So literally, every few minutes, if you refreshed, you'll probably find, once we're in the proper trading hours of the US, that stock is becoming available all of the time. So what we did on Friday is we paused everything because everything was then becoming available. Everything had arrived in the warehouse and they were starting to put things on shelves. And so we wanted to make sure that everything was put away, ready and counted before we let you start buying it again. So that's all we've had to do. We've just had to pause it while they are literally just moving it onto the shelves. Every day, every hour, every few minutes, we're finding that stock is becoming available. So if there's something in particular that you're after, please do press that coming soon button, put your email address in, and the team will let you know as soon as it's there, spanking new on the shelf ready for you. And that's the thing, isn't it? I've obviously been trying to tell our lovely viewers that that is the way to go. It's going to take a little bit longer, but coming soon, click that notify me. And literally, as soon as it comes in, we will tell people, won't we? Absolutely, definitely. Another thing which is a little bit confusing, I know a few people confused about. So some people are finding that things that they're ordering now are arriving, but then orders that they say placed back in late August aren't. So what's the story behind that? So that's just literally the order in which stock arrived at the warehouse is the order in which they've unpacked it and putting it on the shelf. And ironically, it was the September stock. So all those fabulous new launches that a lot of you sold us out on, that's what arrived in the warehouses first. That's what's hit
shelves first, and therefore that's what's been able to be ordered and shipped out straight away. So what we saw on Friday is literally as soon as that stock was on the shelf, those orders were being shipped, and we saw hundreds, literally hundreds of orders being picked in front of our eyes on Friday.
And obviously we know we've got the 3 new warehouses in the US. So there's Illinois, isn't there? There's New Jersey and California. A few people wondering as well why sometimes things are being shipped from a warehouse that isn't closest to where they live.
So initially, I needed to send all of the stock to one place, and the fastest way for me to get that stock to you in the US was to send it to the one that was closest physically to the UK, and so that was obviously on the East Coast. So all of the stock is arriving there. Then once everything's settled down, then there'll be moving stock between the different warehouses to make sure that we can give you the very, very quickest shipping times. But initially, our most important thing was to get you the stock as fast as possible, and that was to ship everything into New Jersey.
And the final question, people asking, when will my order from late August to sort of mid-September be arriving?
So we're expecting all orders to be cleared within the next week. So they are rapidly unpacking, putting it on the shelves, and as soon as it's hitting the shelf and available to pick, it's going straight out the door again. We saw that on Friday, we saw that again yesterday, we'll see that again today. So do keep an eye on your notifications. When you get a notification that your order has been fulfilled, then you'll be able to follow the link and you'll be able to track it all the way to your door. And I know that there are a number of you I've been really excited to see on Facebook and social media, you showing us the pictures of things like your Thorn and Bloom collection arriving. So I know that people are receiving their parcels. So if you want to know where it is, as soon as you see that fulfilled or you get a notification, then follow the tracking and you'll be able to find out when it's going to be delivered to your door.
And I've just been asked to ask you as well a question, is that applicable to our viewers in the UK as well?
Yes, so we are absolutely working through that same backlog because we physically, we don't do things by halves here at Crafters. If we're going to do something, then we go big style. And so as well as moving stock and opening our warehouses in the US, we've relocated all of the stock at our UK warehousing. Actually, everything's in HQ now. So if you do come along to the UK Craftaganza and you have the studio tour, you'll actually see through the windows all of our pick and pack locations. You'll see where we pick and pack all of your product now. So that's ongoing. That's almost finished, and therefore the guys are literally just working through that backlog. Again, I would expect in the next week all of those orders to be cleared.
Just a couple of comments. Cindy says, thank you for answering all of these questions. It's very helpful. Sandy Cockerfer saying, thank you, Diane, for clearing up these questions and reassuring us all in America. Sit down. We're always very open and honest here, and certainly as we've been, and I know you'll want to as well, just saying thank you to all of our viewers and our shoppers just for being patient during this time.
I can't thank you all enough. I mean, it's been a big thing. I did a check, and it was 57 days from the announcement coming out about the fact that we would have to ship differently to the first parcels being shipped. And for our customers, that feels like a really, really long time. But for a business, we feel like we've had to move really, really quickly. So we really value your patience. You know, this is a huge thing that we've done, but we've done it because of how much we value you, how much we value the community. And it's doing things like this big warehouse move, bringing our live Craftaganzas to the US as well as our UK, trying to replicate for our US customers all of the lovely benefits that our UK customers get. So thank you for your patience. I hope you're as excited as I am for birthday. This is my first birthday. Might be the business's 20th, but it's my first one here, so I can't wait to see, and I can see all of the anticipation. So I really appreciate your patience, and we're all going to be sorted well in advance, ready for birthday.
Welcome back, everybody. I was listening to our MD there. Obviously, wasn't just doing my own thing, colouring away. Lol. It's just popped in, actually, did Diane. Hopefully that's explained what's sort of been going on. And again, we're desperate for things to get back to normal, and they will sooner rather than later, I'm sure. And of course, we've got birthday to look forward to as well. Jeffrey says the sunset last night here in New Hampshire was like the sky was on fire, deep orange and reds. You should send us some of these pictures. We'd love to see them. Karen says I purchased the Academy of Colour. Leanne taught the flicking method. And Ben, says Stephanie, I have watched you grow here on CC. with crafting on air and when Daisy started, fantastic progress and confidence. Well, thank you, Stephanie. That's very kind. And only because I hang out with the very best in the business. I genuinely mean that. And people think, I know I take them... George. No, obviously you guys as well, but I'm talking about the on-air guys this time. And people, you know, I'm a bit of a flippant kind of guy, but I genuinely mean that. I think you, of course, as well, but I think the whole team, generally, we've got some of the very best in the business.
Oh, absolutely. We were talking about that today. We have such an amazing team.
Yeah.
I mean, not even just on air, like when we come off with the morale that we lift each other and get through days, and because we're all very busy, but we are, as Jamie just said, we're genuinely friends, which is, it's a really nice place to be able to do that. But you give yourself credit, Ben. I think you are just one of these people that takes to things quite quickly. So as much as, you know, we're here to teach and help and aid, you know, you guys and Ben do such a good job in what you do, and we're very lucky. Let's face it, we have really good tools. And that, like, we never had tools like we have now. When I started crafting years ago, I didn't even know, well, we never had dies. There was no die cutting or die cutting machines or embossing folders or anything like that. You literally, it was lick and stick, Blue Peter style, wasn't it? So you know, we're very lucky now because we have tools that actually make us the crafter that we've always aspired to be. So we're very lucky.
If you're coming into craft now as a newbie, wow. I mean, the opportunities you've got and the tools that you've got in your hands. Love your dragon, Ben, says Michael. Thank you, Michael. I'm going to look forward to colouring my new Halloween pet collection that I just got this week, says Pat. Any pictures of anything you've been colouring recently, send those in. We would be delighted to see them. And as I say, if you've been colouring along tonight as well, then please send in those pics. We will get back to more Illustrator action very shortly. Don't forget, we've got loads for you on the shop of the day. If you're in the UK particularly, have a good look there. One thing which I know is available for everybody is Craftaganza. That is coming. It'll be here for you. Know, it's October tomorrow. Can you believe it? October tomorrow, which means what we've got, November, December, January, February. I mean, we're 6 months away. 6 months away from the big event that everybody's talking about, Craftaganza. We have got our Dallas event, of course, in April, 18th and 19th, and the 21st and 22nd. We have got our Newton Aycliffe event, just literally up the road here in County Durham, on the 15th and 16th of May. Tickets are available. Had a few messages earlier on from people saying all the tickets gone. We have got tickets still available for all 3 of those events. When you decide to check out, if you haven't already, do see also if you have the option of using ClearPay, PayPal, Klarna, all these kind of things. You might well have the option to split the cost of this and pay it over time. If you want to come and you need that option, do check that option out at checkout, and if it's available for you, it obviously will pop up. But I'll give you no more details than that because we're going to have a look back at the day this launched with Leanne and Sarah. All the information. We would love to see you there. Already hundreds of people are coming. Are you going to join them? Well, here's your chance to get tickets, and here's all the information.
So we're launching Craftaganza on a worldwide tour. So yes, we're doing it here in the UK, as we've been doing for the last 15 years. We're also now, for the first time in 2026, coming over to the USA, and we'll be doing 2 live events, in-person events, in Dallas, Fort Worth at the Sheraton Hotel. We'll be doing that in April, on the Saturday the 18th and Sunday the 19th of April, and then Tuesday the 21st and Wednesday the 22nd of April. That's 2 separate events, and what you will get on those events are 10 classes. So 10 classes, 5 on day 1, 5 on day 2. You and a group of other people will move round all 5 of those classes till you've completed all 10, so there will be no choice of. We'll be repeating that in the UK in May, and the date for that is the 15th and 16th of May, which is a Friday and Saturday. And we're going to be doing that at the church here, just 5 minutes away from our Newton Aycliffe office. The slight difference for the UK attendees will be that will also include an exclusive tour of the Crafters TV studio. Now, what you get for your ticket price, which you can see on the screen, is you get all 10 classes, and in those classes, everything you need to use to create the thing being taught in the class, or to learn the technique, or have the experience for whatever it is you're doing in that class. You will also have your lunch covered on both days, that is included, and your refreshments during the day is included. As we've talked about during the day, your travel to and from is not included. We're leaving that up to you because there will be several different ways that you want to travel in a group, individually, on a plane, on a train, in a car. It's entirely up to you. And then what we're also not including is your hotel stay, because you might want to share rooms, you might want to stay with a local friend, you might be bringing the RV, the camper van, you might be choosing to book an Airbnb and 10 of you all stay together. So we don't want to be prescriptive, we want you to do you. So you will need to arrange your own hotel and your own travel to and from the event. But you will get your lunch and you will get your refreshments while you're at the event. It is a considered purchase, so if you are wanting to spread the cost, we've got different options available for you depending where you are in the world. So if we go to the US, then if you log into your account and put it in your basket, and when you go to checkout, make sure you choose PayPal, log into your PayPal account. If it's available to you, you might have the PayPal Pay in 3 option there. Of course, you could use a credit card if you want to. And if you want to do that in person, please contact our customer services team. They'll be very happy to do that over the phone for you. If you're in the UK, the payment options we have are Klarna, ClearPay, and again, PayPal Pay in 3. If you have that available to you, you can absolutely take advantage of that if you would like to. It's a really exciting, and I think that's all of the high level that you need to know. Sarah, tell us, why did we want to do this?
Well, the thing is, you've got to remember, we celebrate 20 years Crafters Companion in just a few weeks' time. And for 15, 16 years of that, we've been doing Crafters Companion Craftaganza. Now, it started off, the very first one we ever did, we only had 30 people there. And we built up over the years. We used to hire a big hotel in the UK here. We had hundreds of people come and do the Craftaganza event. When I say hundreds, we never had more than a couple of hundred, because we wanted the classes always to be really intimate and do that. Now, we stopped doing that during the pandemic. So the pandemic put pay to Craftaganza, and this year was the first time we've brought it back, and we did it virtually. So those of you, I'm sure loads of you watching in the comments will have taken part in our virtual Craftaganza event earlier this year. We had thousands and thousands of crafters from all over the world. They bought, and we sent everybody a little box out in the post so that you had your box with your kit for each one and your cork. And then we taught those classes. Now, that was absolutely unbelievable. I had the best weekend. It was Leanne and I who taught half the classes each, did a big teaching over the weekend, absolutely loved it. The difference is we didn't get that personal interaction. I think that is the big thing. We didn't get a chance to spend with people, to get to know people one-to-one. I feel like there's some of our customers who came to our Craftaganza event years ago. I know them personally. I've made friends with them. They are still people I keep in touch with now. And I'm friends with them on Facebook, and we chat. That is the difference. I get to know people personally. So the whole point of this is, and I know it's not for everybody, not everybody wants to come out and do this in person, but for those who are Crafters Companion super fans, right, who just want the ultimate Crafters Companion experience, if it's here in the UK, you come up to us. You come up to us, we're hosting you here in the northeast of England. We're going to bring you in and do behind the scenes tours of Crafters TV as well. It's going to be an unbelievable couple of days on the 15th and 16th of May, right? We know that we have a high proportion of our customers in the US, and it's not feasible for all those people to be paying thousands of pounds to fly over to the UK. So we are flying our entire team. So when I say our entire team, myself, Leanne, we've got Ben, we've got the 2 Debbies, we've got Sheila. We are all coming over to you, and we're going to keep that small, intimate class size, so 30 people in a class, so that you will get tons and tons of one-on-one time with us. You'll get time between the classes on an evening to just hang out with us, to get to know us more as people. We get to know you as people. It's like this experience that we have, but on another level. That is the difference, okay? So we have 2 dates in the US, we have 1 date in the UK, and within the US, we are conscious that we have a lot of people. The US is 10 times bigger than the UK, so we have a lot more customers there. Hence, we're doing the weekend, the Saturday, Sunday, or you can come on the Tuesday, Wednesday. And actually, it's been neck and neck, depending on, all of a sudden the weekend will go in ahead, and then the midweek will come ahead, right? What we are doing is it's launching for Platinum Plus and Platinum for Life members first. And then we are launching on general sale. There are a limited number of tickets. I cannot urge you any more strongly. You need to get in and book your tickets, and let us know when you have, because we can't wait to see you there.
There you go, Craftaganza. It will be here before you know it. Because we were having this discussion, Debbie, weren't we, before we, earlier on today. It's October tomorrow.
It's
September's
crazy.
flown over. It'll
I
be
know.
Christmas soon.
I actually feel like I've blinked and September's gone. I genuinely doesn't feel like we've been back from our holiday.
No.
Like that long, but it has been ages.
Yeah, because obviously, when did we go away? End of
Well, we come and looked after Molly the end of
August. Yeah.
So
And
I
that seems
feel
5
like
minutes ago.
September has just gone. I think having a puppy has just totally been a whirlwind. So he's just took up my whole month. Like my whole thought of September has been the dog.
It's like having a new baby, they say, isn't it? Having a puppy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just takes over all your time.
Yeah, it does.
Worthwhile,
He does.
though.
Yeah, it is so worthwhile. I was saying to Ben today, though, we need to start. I think we're making him be our baby, and we need to start making him a bit more independent. I don't think we're doing him any favours. So
Yeah, you have to leave him alone a bit. I
Yeah.
won't name names, but Laura looks after one dog who, because they sort of mollycoddled him so much, he can't be left alone at any point.
Yeah.
So even if they're his owners go out to say like the cinema or whatever, he has to come to our house because he can't be left on his own for like a couple
And
of
I
hours.
feel like that's how Teddy's getting if we
Yeah.
keep going the way we're going, because he literally cannot let us go out of a room. He literally follows us everywhere. And even if we're sitting anywhere, like if we're sitting at the dining room table and somewhere he can't get up at, he sits on your feet.
Yeah.
Literally sits on your feet. I go to the loo, he's on my feet. Like he just follows you everywhere.
You have to get him told. Just have a bit of quiet time. Just before we get on, do you want to see these pictures? Rosalind sent in two pictures. So she's been colouring with the tri-blends. This is lovely. Again, she's done some brilliant blending here. So that's her first picture that she's done with the tri-blends.
That's
Absolutely
amazing.
Brilliant.
Wow. I think that's the stamp from a Christmas by Candlelight.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And then
Love that.
this one here. And again, I love this because like she's done some brilliant shading on like the brickwork and on the roof tiles as well of this house. Look at that.
Oh, wow. Look
It's really,
at that.
really cool, isn't it?
That is amazing. I mean, in fact, the glass panes really look like glass panes.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I love that.
Love that, Rosalind. Thank you. Anyone else want to send in any of their pictures? If you're colouring along with us tonight, we would love to see your pics. But we're going to get back to the illustrators. What were you were colouring the lady, weren't you?
Yeah, still kind of like I've literally stopped. So I'm just going to continue to colour her in and show you that shade in her hair. But her hair is looking fabulous because we're still getting that light shade here and on the top. And we're going to continue that with the other side piece. So it's a case of putting whatever lightest colour that you've got through that middle section. So just brushing that in, just so I've got that covered. And then going from the next one up, which is EB5, and then we've got an EB7. So,
Yeah.
And again, it's just a case of not going right to the end, but just flicking up into that hairline, because I don't want to lose that. I really want to keep that. So to keep that ombre effect. And it just shows you that sometimes a completely different colour family just works really well. Right.
Can you as well, like, if you wanted to do like a 3-pen, because I mean I've got like the LG 1, 3, and 4. But if, say for example, I wanted to do greens, could I bring in like a green from another colour family? Would that still work?
So sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
That's why I always do a colour swatch up the top.
I've got you.
Because then you would know and get an idea. Like I know with this brown that I can mix those colours together.
Right.
If I put a completely different tone in there, so like let's say like I've got an FS9, so if I just pop that down there, see that is not going to work at all because it's
Yeah.
far too light.
I
So
got
it
you.
really depends on whether it's a cool or warm colour, and it also depends on how light that colour is to how dark you're going over it with other colours. So I would say give it a try, but do a colour swatch first.
So swatches are definitely the way, aren't they?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Why would you put a colour on to your image that you're colouring? And I know I say about it's only, you know, all you've wasted is a piece of card, but don't waste it if you don't need to.
No.
You don't want to start again. Like I wouldn't want to start again after doing her hair because it's took me so long to do the hair. I want now to be able to colour her dress in and not make any mistakes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I did make a mistake, it really doesn't matter, but I would prefer not to. So yeah, by doing a colour swatch, it's just a really nice way of knowing that your colours are going to work and what colour it's going to come out as.
Yeah, all good hints and tips. Hi to Mary Pat, who's joined us from Montana. Hilary says, Holly Collie follows me like she is attached by an invisible string, but I do leave her, but not more than 4.5 hours. But yeah, Molly Collie's the same. You can leave Molly for a good stretch of time. Like you can easily go to the pub, or you can go and do some shopping for sort of 3 or 4 hours, but not much longer than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And obviously they need to go out and do their business and whatnot, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
But Molly follows Laura, so I'm definitely her second favourite. I know that. But I think obviously because Laura's with Molly all day.
Yep.
But I know my role. As soon as I get home tonight, I'll be giving Molly Collie's undivided attention because Fun Time Daddy is home, which means I get piled with toys. All the toys get put onto me each and every evening.
I love that.
I do. I know my role. I know my role in her little life. It's quite nice to be, well, the entertainer. There you go.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
entertainer here, and the entertainer in my dog's life as well.
So Teddy is a little bit for both of us.
Yeah.
But I would say when I'm at home, he's probably more me.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, because I go away. So when I'm not there, he misses me.
Aww.
So then he sort of clings to me when I come back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, how they have their sort of, their little faves. It's lovely to go home to it. I bet you're looking forward to going home to him tonight.
Can't wait. I literally cannot wait.
Who are you looking forward to seeing most?
Yeah, that's the thing. No, I do. I really miss Al when we're away, but
But Teddy, yeah.
Yeah, but and I always now like to say, morning, how's my 2 men?
Yeah.
But I do miss him. In fact, to the point I don't want to come away anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, I hate not being at home.
Is there a point ever, do you reckon, that you might bring him up?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's still potty training at the moment, so it's just that little bit more difficult. So yeah, but I think once he is trained, then I would definitely bring him up. Yeah, especially because we'd have to stay at the house.
Yeah.
So we're now just going into the accessories, and what I'm trying to do is colour this whole image by just using the same pens.
Yeah.
So even though these are sort of figure and portrait, I love the fact that we can just use them throughout the whole image. So just because we've put them into a collection for you, don't think that you can't use them. Now, all I'm using here is one pen, which is a TN2. And can you see I'm managing to get this ombre effect just by colouring extra around where I think the shading will be. So you can see there, we've still got that light source, but it's still the same colour. And I think that's really important when you're doing items like this, that you can get that different colour. If you do want to put another colour in, you can absolutely do it. I've got an orange here. This is a burnt orange, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit around the edges and blend that in. So that's just going to make it look that little bit more rustic, and also just give some real definition to that bag. So even though we're just colouring a small object, don't feel like you can't put all that different shading into whatever you're colouring, because you could absolutely do that.
Your hair colouring is quite lovely, Debbie, says Mary Pat.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, lost that one. Well, that one's gone. Didn't want that one. No, didn't want that one. Let's try. Let's do complete. That's a bit too. Let's do this one. This one's a lighter one. Just doing her shoes. So we'll have some nice pink shoes to match. How are you doing over there?
I'm all right. I feel like I've rushed this a little bit, but I'm going to try and do your little tip that you did just a minute ago. I'm doing his tummy, but I'm going to do the flicks in
yes.
with the 2 pens. So that's that one, HB1, and then flicking from the side with his little tummy, see what it comes out like.
Oh, got the glasses as well. I need to do the glasses. So I'm going to switch now to my little nib. We'll have some nice pink glasses. I do like the harder nib on this one, and it's a smaller nib as well, so it's really good for getting into tiny areas. But really good for...
You can be quite precise with the brush nib as well, actually.
Yeah, you can.
It's got such a fine nib on it.
It's amazing.
You might require your reading glasses though. Thank goodness I've brought mine in today.
Yeah, I don't think I could have coped without him.
No.
Right, let's do this one.
Let us know if you've got any more questions filing in. I feel like this show's going a bit like how it went last week, that we're both just having such a good time that we're just sort of
Absolutely.
colouring, and I really should do some more colouring, I think, like maybe at home and stuff. It's just so much fun. I just don't get a lot of time. I feel like the days just merge into one and they're just gone before you know it. That's the thing.
It does go very, very quickly.
You obviously don't get a lot of time to craft for yourself and colour for yourself, do you? Because you're
No, not at all.
Here.
I do sometimes, like if I'm on holiday, I'll just stamp myself some bits out and then just colour them in. Just seeing a little bit of hair there that I've missed, which is right under her arm here. There we go. Right, so all we've got left to do with her now is to cut her out. So what I do love about these images is that they have a whole outline die, so you can see exactly where you're going to cut her out. So what I am going to do is grab myself some tape. I'm going to stand up from my stool.
Bring Teddy onto the set, says Hilary. He will steal the show. He is so cute.
He's very cute. Absolutely. I had a lovely message from Sharon last night, and she's getting a, now what did she say? She's getting a Shih Tzu, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So she was asking me for hints and tips last night. So I was sharing the things that we've done with Teddy so far and what's helped and what's
Who's getting
worked. Sharon. Sharon Gould, I want to say, Gould.
Okay.
Gould, yes, I think it's good. I'm going to just double check because I don't want to say her wrong name. Yeah, so, no, it's not, it's Sharon Horn.
Oh, Sharon Horn. Gould Horn.
She actually sent me a little video.
What, of the Shih Tzu?
Shall I show you?
Yeah.
Because honestly, I can make it bigger. Look, here it is, look. Look at that little dog.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It
Super
is
cute.
just the hook. And she's called Coco Chanel
Coco Chanel.
in Maryland. So
Aw.
Sharon is, I hope you don't mind me showing her, Sharon, but she is, look at that doggy. She's so cute. Yes, so.
I feel like lots of people getting dogs at the minute. I was saying earlier on, our neighbours have just got rescued a dog, a Saluki called Nala.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah.
Nala from Lion King, yeah.
Oh, I knew that-
Everyone
I knew
says
I
we
knew that
should
name
have
from
called
somewhere.
Teddy Simba, because when you hold, so if he starts biting at your fingers, I hold him up to stop him biting, and he looks like Simba.
Teddy.
Yeah.
Bless.
Look at that, she looks fabulous. So nice and easy to colour in. It's just a case of follow your instincts and use her. So what I am going to do, we're going to make her into a quick card.
Oh yeah.
And I thought I would also show you some of the items as well that I've got. So I have used, and I know that I don't, is the paper, oh it might be, is the paper
What?
pad still in stock?
Which one?
For the well, both of them. Do we have the little adventurers and the sparkle and sass?
I don't know. I don't think we had them on the other day, did we?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's in stock or not. So, but I used it because I wasn't quite sure. So I'm just, I've made my own card blank.
Well, we're double checking. If not, you can use your own papers.
Double
can't you?
checking.
You know what I'm doing for the first time with my little dragon here? I've never done this. Is just using the ice grey just to go around him.
Oh,
I've never
nice.
done it before. It does pop it off the page, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does. It makes a big difference, yeah, just to give it a little bit of... So I've done yours, so you've got a sentiment on yours, so but
Oh.
you can cut it out if you wanted to. So like I've cut my girl out.
Oh, paper
Oh,
pad
it's
is available in the UK.
Amazing. I wasn't sure. Some of the paper... I might have to get myself another one. I do love this paper pad. Look at the flowers on this one. So actually, I think she matches this very well. Look at the colours in her. She matched it really well, because in this one I used totally different colours, and I've done the dragon. Actually, we could use both, couldn't we? Look how cute the little Daisy the dragon is. So absolutely love these.
Am I cutting mine out, did you say?
No, I said you could have cut yours out, but I put a sentiment on your one, so you've got that ready. Oh, Ben, look at that.
Pretty happy. I'm not as happy as I was with my classic colouring last week, but not bad.
I don't know. Well, you must have done a really good job, because I think that is excellent.
Thank you.
That is absolutely excellent. I think your shading, your light and dark tones, I love that. I think you've done a brilliant job.
Yeah, happy. But as I say, I'm a million miles further down the road than where I was, and I just enjoy it. I just enjoy it. And learning from you guys as well. I'm in a very lucky position, well, as you guys are, but I obviously get to sit, you know, just across the studio from, you know, the likes of Debbie and Sheila and the rest. So it's brilliant to learn from them. And you can't fail to get better when you've got these guys right here. And that's the same for you guys watching from home. And that's why I always say, ask the questions, especially when they're here, because they'll be able to help you out to get better. It's actually very relaxing watching you both colour, says Mallory. And Debbie says, Colleen, enjoying watching you doing this colouring and giving us your tips. Reminds me of what I have forgotten.
Oh, well, that's good. And that's exactly why we do it. So, oh dear.
Oh,
I am dropping everything today.
And Natalie says, we have alligators in our pond, so we can only have cats. But I love dogs. What?
Alligators in your pond?
So because the dogs go after the alligators, do they?
Well, I'm sure they don't win.
Eh?
I'm sure they don't win.
No, well,
That's probably why, though.
Thank you for the lovely messages coming through. Keep them coming. If you get a chance to pick up the Illustrators today, absolutely jump in and grab them. As I say, we've got the coastal, haven't we, in stock? And the figure and portrait. So effectively, you can do Debbie's demo here, and you can pick up all the stamps and dies that we've been using, are also available on the show.
Amazing. Yeah, it's such a cute collection. So I'm really pleased that there's some still in stock, because our collections tend to go quite quickly.
Yeah, they do. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
It's nice, isn't it? It makes a different type of show to be able to really concentrate on one area and just do something really nice. Yeah,
absolutely. And as I say, I really enjoy joining in with you guys. Like the old craft-alongs back in the day, I used to enjoy. I was watching when I was getting off the bloopers, and I don't know why that one popped up, and I'd forgotten about it. It was you and I doing a craft-along together where I made a box with you which had a shaker aperture.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember.
I'd totally forgotten that I made that with you. And I remember...
yeah, no, I can remember
I remember that one when, right at the end, I was like, oh, I bet the lid doesn't fit the top of the box. And it did. I just totally forgotten that I made that.
Yeah, and you were so chuffed that that had fitted. Yeah, no, I remember.
So I think I remember sort of going, oh, I'll do the craft log. And when you said what it was, I was like, oh my goodness. What, a box with an aperture and a shaker? Because I think I'd had that disaster before, hadn't I? When I tried to make a shaker card in like 10 minutes and it'd fallen to pieces. But look at that. That is brilliant.
There we go. Yes, absolutely. Now, I have used a black ribbon on there, but when we come back, I'm going to show you all the different other things that you could be colouring using your alcohol markers.
Thank you, everybody. Fantastic, Ben, says Jen. Debbie's card, adorable. Great job on your colouring, Ben, says Colleen. And I'm so happy, says Faye, to see Colour Me Happy back on. I think, you know, we had such a good reaction from it last week. It just seemed a natural thing to do it again this week. Let us know, are you enjoying seeing Colour Me Happy back? Do you want to see more Colour Me Happy shows? You shout, and I'm sure we will do. I'm so glad I bought this collection during its release, says Mary Pat. It was too cute to pass up. Listen, if you've got items in your basket, we're going to give you opportunity to get those goodies checked out, and we will come back in just a few moments with some more on Colour Me Happy.
The instruction and inspiration is mind-blowing.
The inspiration, the products to make our own and make it our own.
I get so much inspiration and tips and tricks from everyone there at Crafters Companion.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
I like to watch Crafters TV as often as I'm free, and I always get new ideas each time, and it certainly helps kickstart my mojo.
That is why I love Crafters Companion, because they make me look like a better crafter and give me ways to do things that I haven't tried before.
I wouldn't be the crafter I am today without Crafters TV, so thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Aaltje de Vries from the Netherlands. The question is what I like about Crafters Companion. When I bought my Gemini Junior in about June 2023, there was a card with a website, and I went looking and I thought, are there so many products? I didn't know. The shows, I watched them and I dare to chat, and the presenters were so great, so helpful and so professional. They taught me so much, and when I had a question, they told me how to do it, and they gave a demonstration. Also, if I had a problem, I could email. That team is so great. They always mailed back and always had an idea to solve my problem. I'm so glad with it. Well, I didn't know everything about Sarah, but I see the difference in what she does and what it becomes now, the Crafters Companion. I can only say the whole team, everyone works so hard, so fine. Yeah, well, I didn't know it exists. The respect they have for everyone. I'm glad with it. I will say thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you for all you're doing. See you. Bye.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
What I love most about Crafters TV is the community.
Crafters TV brings everyone together from different corners of the world.
It also connects you with people from all over the world.
You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family.
I feel like I'm crafting along with my friends.
I met some of my best friends for life from Crafters TV, so thank you very much.
When you're having a tough time, you can switch on Crafters TV and you can go on the live chat, and you know people will be there for you as well.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
It's a place where we can all share our love for Crafters Companion, ideas and get inspiration from each other.
So what's not to love about Crafters TV? So go make a coffee and pull up a chair. Let's all get crafting. I'll see you all there.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for all the comments coming through. Yes, I love craft-alongs, or yeah, like we're doing here, Charlene, you're saying, because I need the guidance. Adorable card, Debbie, says Jean-Marie Stefik. Love Colour Me Happy shows, says Colleen. Jean-Marie also says, Ben, you are becoming a colour master. But I'll take that. Thank you very much. I'm not sure I am, but I'll take that. LDD says, thank you for teaching me colouring techniques. I think it's just, as I say, it's all about just having a go. And I think the more you do, the better you're going to become, the more confident that you'll become. And before you know it, with hints and tips from Debbie and all the shows, what I would say is as well, for those of you that watch on YouTube, I know we have more people on YouTube, do subscribe to our channel, search all of the past Colour Me Happy shows that we've done since day dot, because the illustrators will have appeared many times before, as will the classics, as will, you know, the watercolour pens that we do. So do have a good look back, because you'll get tips off Debbie. Debbie Robinson will have done these, you know, we've had shows like last week, so many different shows with all the different experts. Leanne, for goodness sake, like go back and have a look at all of the shows to pick up more hints and tips. Barbara's just saying, how many Illustrator pens are there?
216?
Yeah.
Yes, 216. I don't think we've got those in stock though, unfortunately, but in total, that's what there are, yes.
Yeah, we've got, well, those aren't all in, are they? But we've got 72 there. There's plenty. We've got about half an hour or so.
Yes.
We'll do some more colouring.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of things I want to show you. First of all, we're going on to, or not first, but we're going to go on to embellishments in a little while. I want to show you something else because I love this technique. Now, you know how much I love my letterpress.
Ah, yes.
So what I've done is I've debossed this one, which is the poppy, in my letterpress, and I've just done it clear. So I've just debossed that into some mirror cardstock. Now, I'm using a mirror cardstock that's a matte finish. So if you go for our luxury cardstock, you'll be able to find that matte finish in there, and it's absolutely stunning, and it's brilliant to colour in. Okay. So we're going to colour it in because it's just one of those really nice mediums. So I've got some reds here, so 2 different shades of reds. I've got a DR3 and a 6. So we're going to start just by adding our red into there. Now, if you want to, because it's harder to blend your pens onto mirror card, but you can still do it if you want to, but you just have to be, you're not going to get the most perfect blend, but because it's alcohol, it dries quickly as well. So that's exactly what you want it to do. You want it to sort of dry, and it really doesn't take long to get something amazing. And it really does look so effective. I really like this technique. I love it with the letterpress that you can colour onto this.
And this is only something you could do with alcohol pens, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because it's a non-porous surface. So normally with any, like if you put watercolours on there, pencil, it's just going to stay on the top. Yeah. So, but because they're alcohol markers go onto lots of different surfaces. So you can paint, you can colour onto your acetate. It's a little bit more streakier, but it still works. Yeah. So it just depends how you want, if you don't mind it a little bit streaky. So I can see this is a little bit streaky, but I like the effect that it gives. It looks really incredible.
And again, it takes the most, wouldn't it? Because you could use the alcohol pens again on things like your MDF as well, couldn't you?
Yes, absolutely. Yep. I'm going to show you all the different mediums that we can go on to in a little while. I just wanted to show you this one because I love the effect that this makes. And we forget that we can 100%. Do it to mirror cardstock. And the nice thing is because we've got a deboss line, it's really easy to follow that line and just looks really effective. So let's just come around there.
Thank you as well, Karen. She says, I've sent in the picture I've coloured with the tri-blends.
Oh, amazing.
It only took me 4 attempts to send. What am I like, she says.
I thought you were going to say 4 attempts to colour in, so I'm glad that was just a send in.
I'm like that sometimes. I'm forever sending emails saying, please see the following attachment, and then not attaching the attachment.
While I was up here, Ben, I wanted you to help me do some video editing because I don't know how to edit. And I have no idea. And I wanted to start doing some videos, but I thought I don't know how to do it, and I completely just remembered. I completely forgot.
When are you back up?
to,
Next
so-
week?
Yes, next Tuesday.
I'll sit with you and show you what I do.
Oh, thank you. I would really appreciate
I use this.
that.
I won't say what it is, but I use this app, which is
Okay.
it's kind of it's a very simplified version of what the techie boys use. But it's for people like me and you that like to do a little bit, but want to make things a bit easier.
And it's free?
It's not free.
Oh, okay.
But it's not expensive.
Oh, okay. I just, you know, when like people like try things on,
Yeah.
and then it then cuts to them having, like, I wouldn't have a clue how to do that.
Oh, okay.
And it's things like that that I would like to know how to do. But
That's not that difficult.
And it probably isn't, but because I don't know where to start or how to do it, I'll probably be like, oh, and I was going to ask Debbie Robinson because she does it.
Does she?
Yeah.
She's
She's really
on
good.
TikTok, isn't it?
Yes.
She's big on TikTok, isn't she,
She's
D-Rob?
very big on TikTok, yeah. I think she gets commission.
Does she?
Yeah.
Let's get myself over there.
Because you have to put, don't you, commission paid. So on lots of her videos, she's got commission paid. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So get ourselves over there, Debbie.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Thinking, I want to do that.
people-
Not because I want commission, just because I quite like doing videos. And I
Yeah.
thought it would be nice to do videos with Teddy.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I was thinking, like his growth, how he's doing, maybe some of his training as a novice, because, you know, everything on there is from experts, and I'm not an expert on things like that. So I'd quite like to do the real how it is for somebody rather than an expert training.
I set up, and it's because I don't really want to release my inner crazy, but as you know, I set up a Instagram page for Molly.
Yeah.
It's I am Molly Collie if you want to follow it. With the idea that she was going to do like her own videos, because you know she's got her own voice.
Yes, of course, yeah.
And I just never got around to doing that. And you laugh about that, but there's this guy I follow on Facebook who has a collie called Casper, and he does exactly the same shtick.
Oh, okay.
So he talks to his dog, his border collie
funny.
Casper, and Casper talks back to him.
Oh, I love
And he
that.
does all of these funny videos where like Casper will have like his friends around, and he has all the voices for the different dogs, and it's very, very funny.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I was going to do one for Teddy, and again, I couldn't set up, because I've already got 2 accounts, I couldn't set up another one. So I needed a different email address, so I might have to do it under ours. But I was going to call it the Teddy Towels, but with towels as in...
Teddy Tails.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jean Marie says, from here it looks as if you used a metallic marker. Bonus.
Yeah,
this is so pretty.
absolutely.
Mallory's saying, I love learning the new techniques.
And it comes together really quickly.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long. I wasn't even going to colour it all in, but then I thought, actually, this has come together really quickly. So I'm just going to then do the darker colour. So you can see, even though I've put one lay down of colour, even adding that texture on that top one makes such a difference. But how nice is this to be able to do something just totally different, but using your alcohol markers?
Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the comments flying through, lots of people loving this, new technique for some. You know, something, again, like you say, you've reminded people that this is something that you can do. Thank you, Karen. Got your pictures, which we'll just have a look at in a few moments' time. It's been a very interactive show, this. I've loved it.
Very nice. And you've done a bit of colouring.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
So, right, so once you've done that, look how amazing that looks. And I've put it just into a card here. So, and all I've done is some mats and layers there. If I turn that round, you'll be able to see it a bit better there. Just turn that round. But something really different, isn't it? So you've got that debossed image and coloured in with your alcohol markers. So absolutely do that. Now, just one more thing I want to show you. And that is, let me bring this in. Look at all these things that I've got here. Tons and tons of different stuff. So we've got ribbon, we've got lace. Lace is one of the nicest things that you can ink. Now, I always forget about this. So lace is so nice, but it's nice with ink pads as well. If you ink through it, you get then this beautiful effect underneath. But you can absolutely use your pens. I'm going to use a sort of lighter colour, I think, on that one. So let's bring in a pink here. But all you're going to do is literally drag your pen across that, and then you get this amazing coloured lace. which looks absolutely incredible. And if you wanted to, you could do it rainbow colours, so you can do different colours, but absolutely use your lace that looks beautiful. I mean, look at that. You get just a completely different effect. You can use that on all your cards. Even things like this is a brad, but it's a material brad. So if I want to change that, even though that's got yellow dots on it, and I want to paint over this with my red pen, it's going to cover that. Because it is an alcohol marker, it gives the most amazing coverage, but the dots will show through, but they'll look slightly different underneath. So just popping that round. Look at that. We've made that completely different colour brad that you can get round. We've then got wood chips, so you were saying about MDF shapes.
Yeah.
So let's just say I want to do, now the best thing about these, Ben, you haven't even got to prime them. So you just...
you use like a...
Pebeo, not Pebeo,
gouache.
No, not gouache. Oh my goodness, it's completely gone out of my head
as well.
But, I keep wanting to say Pebeo, but it's Pebeo paint I'm thinking of.
Gesso.
Gesso, yes. Gesso. Gesso.
Gesso, gesso.
Gesso, gesso. So I'm going to blend, look at this, blend in that orange into the red. Look how beautiful that is.
Wow, even on the...
So even on your little MDF one, you can do that with. You can also colour your pearls.
Of course,
I love this. So now I always think of my mum with this, because my mum used to have pearl earrings just like this, and she'd bring them round and colour them in to match her outfit, which was always really funny. It used to always make me laugh. She used to always colour her pearl earrings in. So let's just take one pearl here and literally go around. Doesn't matter that you're colouring onto the base, because now you can, whatever colour that you are doing your cards with, you can then make your pearls exactly the same colour. So that's a really cool way to do it. Buttons. So even buttons that maybe are not the colour that you want them to be, if we want a blue button, we can absolutely do that. I'm just going to turn that round the other way, and then paint onto that side. I say paint, we're colouring onto that side, so you can do your buttons. Things like your twine. The twine generally comes in Christmas colours, or colours that you don't, they're brown. If you want to colour these in, just hold your pen on and slowly go over the top, and you get this really distressed colour thread. So you can colour your twine as well with that one. And then we've got metal. So if you want to colour metal, things like I've got a feather embellishment here, just colour that in. Once they're dry, that's permanent. This is permanent marker. So you can now do all your embellishments and have them completely done. The other thing you can do is your die cuts. Now, one of my favourite mediums to colour over is your glitter. Because your glitter it colours really easy, but it keeps it glittery. So we're just creating that blue. If you want to change colour, let's change into this pink, because that would just go from
that's
purple.
going to look amazing. You just never think about, well, I don't. You just never think about all the different things you can colour.
So many different things that you can colour in, yes, absolutely. So let's just put a bit more there. Go into there, and then you can switch back to your blue if you want to, and you can just do a completely different ombre effect. But now we've got glitter ombre effect die cut. So yeah, there's just so many different things. If it's whatever you've got, try it. It will work an absolute treat. And there we go. So all your different things that you can do, including your glitter.
A good question actually from Jean Marie, and I'm sure it's fine. She said, is the lace and wood, etc., on the pen nib harsh on the pen nib or brush? If you do too much colouring on the wood or the lace, you're likely to ruin the nib?
Yes, so what I would say to that, it's a really, it is a really high quality nib. And I've coloured lots of things with my nibs and they've been absolutely fine. I would say don't go in hard, so you're not pressing hard, and use the side. Don't brush in with the top, brush with the side of them, and then that way you're not going to ruin your nib. So just be careful, especially with your harder parts. So, but yeah, you'll be absolutely fine.
And a few comments. Thank you for all of these. That is stunning, Debbie. Jean Marie just referring to your colouring onto the embossed metallic cardstock. Wow, wow, says LDD. The lace, pretty, says Stephanie. Colour pearls, says LDD. Wow. That's what I mean. We forget about all this stuff that we can colour.
Yes, absolutely.
Never thought about colouring lace, says Jen Shank. Now I can match the colour theme on my scrapbook pages or cards. Stephanie says, thank you for reminding me to colour match the accessories, Debbie. And Camille Dervish says, hi to lovely crafty friends, the Ben, Debbie and the CTV team. Hello, Camille. Thank you, everybody, for joining in this show. It's been super interactive. We just want to remind you as well that Craftaganza is going to be here before you know it. We've still got tickets. I feel like there's a few people saying, oh, tickets must have been gone by now, you know, but there is still tickets available to all of the events. So we want to remind you once again that if you haven't yet got your ticket, now is a good time to grab yours, because the events will be here before you know them. And particularly if you're traveling any distance, then you need to obviously start getting plans in place as far as travel arrangements and hotels and things like that. So details on your screen just here. I shall say not much more than that, because here's the VT with Leanne and Sarah taking you through all the information that you need for both Craftaganza here in County Durham and in Dallas, Texas.
So we're launching Craftaganza on a worldwide tour. So yes, we're doing it here in the UK, as we've been doing for the last 15 years. We're also now, for the first time in 2026, coming over to the USA, and we'll be doing 2 live events, in-person events, in Dallas, Fort Worth at the Sheraton Hotel. We'll be doing that in April, on the Saturday the 18th and Sunday the 19th of April, and then Tuesday the 21st and Wednesday the 22nd of April. That's 2 separate events, and what you will get on those events are 10 classes. So 10 classes, 5 on day 1, 5 on day 2. You and a group of other people will move round all 5 of those classes till you've completed all 10. So there will be no choice of. We'll be repeating that in the UK in May, and the date for that is the 15th and 16th of May, which is a Friday and Saturday. And we're going to be doing that at Glow Church here, just 5 minutes away from our Newton Aycliffe office. The slight difference for the UK attendees will be that that will also include an exclusive tour of the Crafters TV studio. Now, what you get for your ticket price, which you can see on the screen, is you get all 10 classes, and in those classes, everything you need to use to create the thing being taught in the class, or to learn the technique, or have the experience for whatever it is you're doing in that class. You will also have your lunch covered on both days, that is included, and your refreshments during the day is included. As we've talked about during the day, your travel to and from is not included. We're leaving that up to you, because there will be several different ways that you want to travel, in a group, individually, on a plane, on a train, in a car. It's entirely up to you. And then what we're also not including is your hotel stay, because you might want to share rooms, you might want to stay with a local friend, you might be bringing the RV, the camper van, you might be choosing to book an Airbnb and 10 of you all stay together. So we don't want to be prescriptive, we want you to do you, so you will need to arrange your own hotel and your own travel to and from the event. But you will get your lunch and you will get your refreshments while you're at the event. It is a considered purchase, so if you are wanting to spread the cost, we've got different options available for you depending where you are in the world. So if we go to the US, then if you log into your account and put it in your basket, and when you go to checkout, make sure you choose PayPal, log into your PayPal account. If it's available to you, you might have the PayPal Pay and in there. Of course, you could use a credit card if you want to, and if you want to do that in person, please contact our customer services team. They'll be very happy to do that over the phone for you. If you're in the UK, the payment options we have are Klarna, ClearPay, and again PayPal Pay in 3. If you have that available to you, you can absolutely take advantage of that if you would like to. It's a really exciting, and I think that's all of the high level that you need to know. Sarah, tell us, why did we want to do this?
Well, the thing is, you've got to remember, we celebrate 20 years here at Crafters Companion in just a few weeks' time. And for 15, 16 years of that, we've been doing Crafters Companion Craftaganza. Now, it started off, the very first one we ever did, we only had 30 people there. And we built up over the years. We used to hire a big hotel in the UK here, and we had hundreds of people come and do the Craftaganza event. When I say hundreds, we never had more than a couple of hundred, because we wanted the classes always to be really intimate and do that. Now, we stopped doing that during the pandemic. So the pandemic put paid to Craftaganza, and this year was the first time we brought it back, and we did it virtually. So those of you, I'm sure loads of you watching in the comments will have taken part in our virtual Craftaganza event earlier this year. We had thousands and thousands of crafters from all over the world. They bought, and we sent everybody a little box out in the post so that you had your box with your kit for each one and your core kit, and then we taught those classes. Now, that was absolutely unbelievable. I had the best weekend. It was Leanne and I who taught half the classes each, did a big teaching over the weekend, absolutely loved it. The difference is we didn't get that personal interaction. I think that is the big thing. We didn't get a chance to spend time with people, to get to know people one-to-one. I feel like there's some of our customers who came to our Craftaganza event years ago. I know them personally. I've made friends with them. They are still people I keep in touch with now. And I'm friends with them on Facebook and we chat. That is the difference. I get to know people personally. So the whole point of this is, and I know it's not for everybody, not everybody wants to come out and do this in person, but for those who are Crafters Companion super fans, right, who just want the ultimate Crafters Companion experience, if it's here in the UK, you come up to us. You come up to us, we're hosting you here in the northeast of England. We're going to bring you in and do behind the scenes tours of Crafters TV as well. It's going to be an unbelievable couple of days on the 15th and 16th of May, right? We know that we have a high proportion of our customers in the US and it's not feasible for all those people to be paying thousands of pounds to fly over to the UK. So we are flying our entire team. So when I say our entire team, myself, Leanne, we've got Ben, we've got the two Debbies, we've got Sheila. We are all coming over to you and we're going to keep that small, intimate class size, so 30 people in a class, so that you will get tons and tons of one-on-one time with us. You'll get time between the classes on an evening to just hang out with us, to get to know us more as people. We get to know you as people. It's like this experience that we have, but on another level. That is the difference, okay? So we have 2 dates in the US, we have 1 date in the UK, and within the US, we are conscious that we have a lot of people. The US is 10 times bigger than the UK, so we have a lot more customers there. Hence, we're doing the weekend, the Saturday, Sunday, or you can come on the Tuesday, Wednesday. And actually, it's been neck and neck, depending on, all of a sudden the weekend will go in ahead, and then the midweek will come ahead, right? What we are doing is it's launching for Platinum Plus and Platinum for Life members first. And then we are launching on general sale. There are a limited number of tickets. I cannot urge you any more strongly. You need to get in and book your tickets and let us know when you have, because we can't wait to see you there.
Welcome back, everybody. Just before we disappear, we thought we'd just show a few pictures. Oh, Helen Martin. Wow. Is there any blurb with this one, George? From Helen? I'm just going to get the details up for this one. So Helen says, I made a card with a friend. The background paper is from Thankful and Blessed. I had a few dies from you and others. I had a small acorn which I had to colour. Using your pens and your linen card, I coloured the acorn, and I'm very proud of how it turned out because it looks so good. And we would agree, right?
I absolutely agree. That is a beautiful colouring. I just love everything about that.
Yeah.
It makes me really happy to see all those autumn leaves, the autumn colours, the beautiful colouring, the background. Look at the background.
Yeah.
That is exceptional.
We love that, Helen. Thank you. We've also got a picture here from Stephanie Theodos. This one says, giving it a style with a lighter hold to the pen. So it's a work in progress, this one.
Oh, that's amazing.
Great shading again, though, isn't there?
Yeah, really good shading. It's absolutely beautiful.
I think some of my pens are a little bit drier than others, she says.
Oh, okay. I mean, do look on the website, because some of the pens are individuals. You can buy some individual pens.
And there's one more, which is Karen Hughes. I mean, this is exceptional, I would say, and I'm sure Debbie will say exactly the same. That is brilliant, Karen. Look at that.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's exceptional, isn't it?
Yeah, I love your shading in that. You've got that light right under her chin. It's just, I love that.
Look at the hair as well, like the fringe, how that's been done.
It's really good, isn't it?
Karen,
I love that.
Hats off to all of you. And this is the thing. It's nice to show and inspire, and it's great to see what you guys have been up to. Some brilliant, brilliant images there. Just before we go, I know Debbie just wanted to show you a few finished samples, because on the Shop the Day, we've got the Little Adventurous collection, and also the Sparkle and Sass. Sass and Sparkle. I forgot about these monsters.
I love these collections,
Me, you and
honestly.
Debbie.
Yeah, yes, it is. If you haven't got this collection, they honestly, look at this sample. These monsters, just love them. They're absolutely brilliant. We need to do one of the three of us, don't we? And
I don't know why, but I would order that. Robinson at the bottom. I think I'm in the middle, and I think you're the one on the top.
I love it. But they do a monster in the little one, in the Little Adventurers. So you could have a little monster. That is just, I mean, that really makes you smile, doesn't it? You could say that to anyone. I'm actually thinking it's my dad's birthday in December. I want to do him a monster card. Definitely. I think he will love it. But so lovely. I mean, if you want something really pretty, there's a little girl, I coloured her in, and she's in a completely different colour there. You've got that dragon, look at that in purple. I mean, that's just amazing. And all these papers that you can see in the background, we've got them in stock as well. But if you love a castle, we've got a castle that you build up. So you literally build all those elements up. So you can make it whatever colour that you want it to be. And then we got this one, Betty the car. I love that. She's so cute, just absolutely amazing. She's going to be amazing. I'm definitely going to use her when my niece passes her driving test. I think it's a great one for passing your driving test, isn't it? But yeah, a great one to have. I'm just going to show you one more monster one of that one. So yeah, really love that. And then shall I just show some of the other samples as well? Let's have some of those ones out. So that one is your Sass and Sparkle. This one is your Little Adventurer. And it's so much fun. There is lots of really cool elements in here. Most boys love a digger, don't they? Absolutely love a digger. What about a rocket ship? Rocket Man. I love that. It just looks really, really cool.
So good.
There's the dinosaur. Look at him. And look at those. I love that in the background. So creating your own backgrounds with all those words. If you want to do him in blue, he looks adorable. So many different colourways that you can be doing him in. And let me show the monsters on that one.
I like the shadowing in the back of that one as well.
Oh, yes. So that's cool, isn't it? Yeah, here. Looks amazing. Then you've got the monsters there. Show another one there as well. Look at that. So cute.
Very cute.
I love them. Absolutely love these collections.
What a day, what a show. I'm just, I mean, I'm very lucky this week actually, because I've got a mixture of all my favourite people coming in. But I'm sad I only got one day with you this week, Debbie, but you're back next week with us, aren't you?
I am back next week, yes. In fact, I'm back with some exciting stuff. Nothing new, but we are going to be kicking off sort of birthday and just slowly easing you into it. So we're going to be doing some make-alongs.
Okay.
Yes, so, and it's all about making birthday things. So birthday boxes, birthday cards. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll be back in on, Leanne will be here on the Monday doing that, and I'll be here on Tuesday. And then I think Debbie Robinson will be here. Oh no, I'm in Tuesday, Wednesday. Debbie's then on Thursday.
We look forward to seeing you. Debbie Robinson's in later on in this week as well, actually, Thursday, Friday. Tomorrow, one of our new recruits, the lovely Jack Heath, is back with us. I'll be with her for Wake Up Call. We're also going to be doing a Back to Basics show on paint markers, so one we've not done before. So again, if those are something that interests you, do come and join us for that. And then tomorrow night, we've got, of course, Wednesday evening, Beautiful Beginnings. So again, a chance for you to jump in and get all of those beginner conundrums answered. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all the team for another fabulous day. And Jack and I will see you tomorrow. Until then, bye for now.